Parents, quick question. Does your child often start one thing, then quickly lose focus and jump to something else, leaving a trail of unfinished projects? Or maybe they always seem to be running behind, no matter how much you try to keep them on schedule. These are common signs of executive function struggles in children with ADHD. But here's the thing. With the right tools and mindset, we can help our kids build the skills they need to stay on track, even when it feels impossible. In this video, I'm going to share some fresh, research-backed tips to enhance your child's organization and planning skills. Stick around to the end, because some of these strategies may surprise you, and they'll definitely make a difference. Let's start by understanding executive function. Think of it as the control center of the brain. It helps us stay focused, manage time, and plan ahead. For children with ADHD, this control center often feels offline, making it hard to stay organized. But there are new ways to strengthen it. Think of it as the brain's organizer-in-chief. It's in charge of managing tasks, making decisions, planning ahead, and keeping us on track. For children with ADHD, this part of the brain works a little differently, which is why they may struggle with things like finishing tasks, keeping things organized, or even following through on instructions.
First up, let's talk about a technique used by professionals, time blocking. This is where you divide the day into specific blocks dedicated to one task at a time. This is different from using just a visual schedule, because you're teaching your child to allocate time deliberately, just like a professional would. Example: set aside 30 minutes for homework, followed by a 15-minute break for something they enjoy. Encourage them to stick to the time block, even if they're not finished, teaching them to manage time effectively rather than aiming for perfection.
Kids with ADHD often struggle to know where to start or how to decide what's most important. So instead of giving them a to-do list, try using decision-making prompts. Example: ask questions like, what's the most important thing we need to do before school? Or, if we had time to do only one thing today, what would it be? This encourages them to think through the process of prioritizing instead of just following a list.
This one's a game changer, the 3-minute rule. It's all about tackling procrastination. If your child struggles to get started on tasks, like cleaning their room or doing their homework, set a timer for just 3 minutes. Tell them, let's just do this for 3 minutes and see how much we can get done. Example: imagine your child is avoiding cleaning their room, and you've been reminding them all day. Instead of arguing or giving multiple reminders, sit with them, set a timer for 3 minutes, and say, let's see how many toys we can pick up before the timer goes off. You'll be amazed at how quickly they start picking up speed. You'd be surprised how much a child can accomplish in a short burst, and often, they'll want to keep going once they've started. It's all about creating that momentum.
Next, let's talk about setting up a focus zone. This is not just a tidy room but a carefully designed environment that signals to your child, this is where we focus. Example: choose a quiet corner with minimal distractions, maybe a desk with only the essentials like a notepad, a favorite object for motivation, and soft lighting. The goal is to create a clear boundary between work time and playtime, making it easier for your child's brain to switch into focus mode.
One of the most powerful tools for children with ADHD is self-monitoring. Instead of you always keeping track, teach your child to monitor their own progress. Example: use a simple notebook where they can record what they've accomplished throughout the day. At the end of the day, ask them how they felt about each task. This gives them ownership of their progress and helps build their self-awareness.
Finally, let's talk about backwards planning. If your child has a big project or event coming up, whether it's a school project or even getting ready for a family vacation, help them plan backwards. Example: start with the deadline and work your way back. Break down the steps needed to complete the task and assign them to specific days. This method takes the anxiety out of big tasks by showing your child exactly how they'll get everything done.
So, those are some fresh, research-backed strategies to help your child improve their executive function. These tips go beyond the basics to help them take control of their time, tasks, and focus. And the best part, you're not just organizing their day, you're helping them develop skills they'll use for a lifetime.
Remember, it's all about finding what works for your child, and don't be afraid to experiment with different methods. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more expert parenting advice from our channel. Comment below and let me know which tip you're excited to try out first. And if you have any strategies that have worked for you, I'd love to hear them.